Next on AMC, Frank Sinatra stars as nightclub performer Joe E. Lewis in the compelling drama The Joker is Wild, featuring Mitzi Gaynor and Eddie Albert. Next on AMC.
The year was 1957, and Frank Sinatra was on a roll. He was hot. He was selling a lot of records, making personal appearances, and he was big in the movies, too. One of the top 10 box office stars of the year. What's really impressive is that his film work was pretty evenly split between dramatic pictures and musical pictures. He could do The Man with the Golden Arm and then turn around and star in Guys and Dolls. That's versatility. That's talent. The movie we're about to see, The Joker is Wild, was released in 1957, and it's described as a musical biography drama. So it's got both elements. Since it's based on the life of a comedian, Joey Lewis, there's plenty of comedy, too. Frank is joined by Jeannie Crane, Mitzi Gaynor, and Eddie Albert. And there's some great songs, too, including All the Way, which won the Oscar that year. Here is The Joker is Wild. The real Joey Lewis didn't physically look anything like Frank Sinatra. Not at all. But Frank played him so beautifully. I mean, he was able to incorporate a lot of Joey's mannerisms in his performance. And there was that unsteady gait that he was famous for, and the thick speech with, you know, whiskey in hand without spilling a drop, waving it around. That was all Joey Lewis. Joey Lewis was a brilliant, brilliant comedian. And he was Frank's absolute favorite. You see, they used to hang out together. They were very good friends. I had the privilege of being with them several times in a group of people. And it was touching to watch them because they adored each other. And there was that kind of trust that you can see when two men really trust and like one another. As Joey Lewis said about Frank's performance in his own sense of humor, Frank enjoyed playing my life more than I enjoyed living it. Thanks for tuning in to AMC's 10th anniversary celebration.
Next on AMC, Liza Minnelli stars as a lonely young girl who's searching for love in director Alan J. Pakula's first feature film, The Sterile Cuckoo. Next on AMC.
AMC presents the greatest monster movie of all time. A special effects masterpiece, King Kong.
Hey, look out! It's Kong!
Fully restored to its original magnificence, complete with some of the most spectacular scenes the world has ever known.
Kong is climbing the Empire State Building.
King Kong, the original. Monday on AMC. Help us make film history by saving it. Give generously to film preservation and get a great gift. Call 1-800-AMC-3360 now and make a donation of $25 to film preservation. You'll receive AMC's 100% cotton long-sleeve T-shirt featuring our Film Preservation Festival logo that will let everyone know you're an AMC fan. Call 1-800-AMC-3360 now and have your Visa or MasterCard ready. Help preserve our glorious past. Give generously to film preservation.
As the most explosive freshman in the university. Fabian, who sings up a storm in the dorm. Tuesday Wells, the new teenage crush, as Fabian's girlfriend. And Nicole Moret, the French teacher who teaches Bing a thing. with the crew cut and tingle with the co-eds as Bing and his young friends go to college for a real fun fling. You'll rah-rah with them at all the games. And you'll cha-cha with them in the dorms.
What are you two young ladies doing up here in a men's dormitory? Women in the rooms, dancing, erotic music?
I'm just another incoming freshman. I hope you'll treat me as such.
You'll get a college education in laughs, laughs, laughs. With wonderful music by Henry Mancini of Peter Gunn fame, and two great songs by Sammy Cahn and James Van Heusen, plus some all-time favorites.
Love is lovelier the second time around. You're the prettiest little girl in the whole wide world, and I want you to be my girl. I had a dream, dear, you had one too. And the only thing I ever did was wrong, was to keep her from the foggy, foggy dew.
Watch for High Time, premiering Monday, October 24th, 9 p.m. Eastern, only on AMC.
Hi, I'm Debbie Reynolds. Join me as I host movie musicals every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, right here on AMC.
AMC invites you to watch a home run classic. It's not just a baseball movie. It's one of the greatest human dramas ever told. This is the story of Lou Gehrig.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Gary Cooper, Teresa Wright, and Babe Ruth star in The Pride of the Yankees.
Tuesday on AMC. This is Jazzbo, Al Collins. It's time to swing back with the Soundies on AMC. The year's 1942. Hollywood's biggest stars rallied across America selling war bonds. Irving Berlin's Holiday Inn had everyone dreaming of a white Christmas. And this Soundie from that year had Edna Mae Harris and the Lindy Lennox Hoppers heading for that place down south called Tuxedo Junction.
Rockin' slow, want to go right back where I belong. Way down south in Birmingham, I mean south in Alabama, that old place where people go to dance the night away. They all drive or walk for miles to get jive, that southern style slow jive that makes you want to dance to break of day. It's a junction where the town folks meet at each function. In their tux, they greet you. Come on down, forget your cares, come on down. You find me there so long town. I'm heading for Tuxedo Junction now. Come on down come. Forget your care, come on down. You find me there so long down. I'm heading for Tuxedo Junction now. I'm heading for Tuxedo Junction now. I'm heading for Tuxedo Junction now.
Okay, how's this? AMC, the place for uncut movies that'll fill you with glee.
Don't you think it ought to be something less corny? It really ought to be something less corny.
That's it. Hit it. Oh. On AMC, the place for uncut movies like they ought to be.
I like it.
Exclusive shows and specials. Hosts who know their stuff.
That's good.
Huh?
Now, what do you rhyme with stuff?
Powder puff.
Ah, so there hide those lovely voices.
Hi,
Ray.
How'd the show go last night?
Great. Last night was tango night, and they couldn't dance enough.
Couldn't dance enough. That's it. Exclusive shows and specials. Hosts who know their stuff. It's classic entertainment you can never watch enough.
Okay, let's run down what we have so far, girls. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
AMC, the place for uncut movies like they ought to be. Shows and specials, and hosts who know their stuff. It's classic entertainment you can never watch enough. That's great.
In the Santa Monica Civic Auditorium, the highlights of the presentation of Academy Awards. And for 20th Century Fox's Research Department and Laboratory, Saul Halperin accepts the Research Award for an achievement that makes CinemaScope films available for standard projection. For their roles in the Best Picture West Side Story, George Chakiris gets an award from Shirley Jones as Best Supporting Actor. And as Best Supporting Actress, we have Rita Moreno receiving one from Rock Hudson, exciting Rita no end.
Good Lord. I leave you with that.
Shelley Winters and Vincent Edwards make the award for Best Black and White Photography, the filming by Eugene Shufton of The Hustler, a picture nominated for 10 prizes, which also gets the one for art direction. Carol Baker and Dick Chamberlain making the presentation that goes to the absent Harry Horner. An award winner of yesteryear, Joan Crawford, officiates to honor the best actor, Maximilian Schell, for his role in Judgment at Nuremberg. While acting for Sophia Loren, Greer Garson accepts the Best Actress Award from Burt Lancaster, and there's joy in Italy, as the star whose performance in Two Women was a winner, and with director DeSica shares her triumph with Mother and Husband.
New York has always had a kind of mythical pull for people that have never lived in New York.
You can stay within the boundaries of Manhattan and take a trip all over the world.
If you don't have a sense of humor, you can't survive in the city.
The movies and the movie makers tell their stories about the Big Apple when AMC hits the street in its original production, Street Scenes, New York on Film, an AMC original production.
Thursday. The minute you leave New York, you're out of town.
He has lived and worked on the same Upper East Side street since 1947. From a fourth-floor studio atop his home, he turns familiar images into art.
My contribution is to take that image that people see, translate it into line, and make them see it the way I see it.
Throughout a career that began in 1926, Al Hirschfeld has seen the greatest stars of the century. For more than 6 decades, his drawings have graced the pages of the New York Times. They've been used to promote films or have appeared on the covers of great magazines. The U.S. Postal Service even issues stamps with Hirschfeld drawings of classic comedians. Such celebrity for such a modest man. A man who works sitting in a barber's chair he bought for $10 in 1927. A man who learned to capture his famous subjects making rough sketches in his pocket. He sees them, after all, in darkened theaters.
All of the lines don't match, but these hieroglyphics I've learned to read across the years, and with simple descriptions along with it, I managed to combine the two with a faulting memory and correlated it to some kind of a palatable design, you know.
Hirschfeld calls what he does character drawing, but please, don't call this a caricature.
Because it's become a denigrating word. It denotes something that I don't intend to do in my drawings, and that is to ridicule the person being drawn, and that's not what, all I'm doing is capturing the character of the actor performing.
Like Charlie Chaplin in The Gold Rush, James Cagney in Yankee Doodle Dandy, Harold Lloyd in Safety Last. Hirschfeld says the great stars of the past knew what they looked like. They cultivated larger-than-life images.
To try to define a star is almost impossible, except everyone recognizes it when it happens, you know. It has nothing to do, really, with good looks or anything of that nature. It's just something mysterious happens, either in the films or on the stage.
Katharine Hepburn as Tracy Lord in The Philadelphia Story.
She's a marvelous one to draw, by the way. Great personality, you know. And she also knows exactly what she looks like, you know. It's not accidental.
Betty Davis as Margot Channing in All About Eve.
She's really at times like an exploded ventricle. I mean, she just, you know, can't hold her down. She's wild.
Ray Bolger once said he wished he could live up to Hirschfeld's drawings of him.
All I did was exaggerate what he was doing. You know, he was not aware that I didn't have the problem of gravity.
Hirschfeld says it was easier drawing the stars of the past because they already exaggerated themselves. Not anymore.
Walk along 42nd Street and they're more theatrical looking than the people on the stage in any theater. On the stage, you see the kid next door. It's not bigger than life, but just a replica of life.
We said he engages more in mischief than malice. Who else but Hirschfeld would hide his daughter Nina's name in Marilyn Monroe's parasol, Louis Armstrong's handkerchief, or Anne Margaret's foot? Hirschfeld says hunting for hidden Ninas has become a sort of national insanity, one that began in 1945.
I put her in there just to announce to the world that she was born. Happened to be a circus play, I forget the name of it now, but it had a circus background, and I had just facetiously put a poster of, in the background of Nina the Wonder Child, a little baby reading a book. And the following week, I had her name in the drawing, and that went on for 3 or 4 weeks. And I thought the joke wore thin, and I stopped it. And then letters started coming in from all over, and they were finding Nina's where it didn't exist. And I thought it was easier to put it back in than to answer all the mail.
Now, the art of locating hidden Ninas has even found its way to the Department of Defense. A few years ago, the Pentagon awarded a college professor a $60,000 grant to devise a reconnaissance test for student fighter pilots. What did he come up with? Well, Hirschfeld enlargements would be projected on a big screen. Student pilots would be graded according to how fast they could find the Nina targets.
across the years, I've discovered that people look at the drawings more carefully now. Looking for the Ninas, they also become sophisticated in their acceptance of the drawing. They see things in the drawing that they probably would not have seen had it just been a drawing in a newspaper.
Al Hirschfeld claims he can't look at some of his older drawings without feeling embarrassed, wishing he'd done a better job. That's why if you ask him to name a favorite drawing, he'll say the only thing that interests him is what he's working on now.
Absolutely. The thing is that the thing that keeps you going is inventing problems for yourself and solving them. And you solve it to your own satisfaction. That's about it, I think.
In New York for AMC In Hollywood, I'm Peter Jones.
Grab the kids and stash the breakables. Hollywood's greatest comedy team is on the loose again.
Call me a cat. You're a cat.
Yes, the boys are back and still up to their old tricks.
Here's another nice mess you've gotten me into.
It's a weekly laugh riot with everybody's favorite cut-ups, Laurel and Hardy.
You see, it was like this.
Laurel and Hardy's Comedy Classics. Sundays at noon, only on AMC.
And now a Hollywood Minute from the pages of American Movie Classics magazine. A look at preserving America's film heritage. Last year, AMC helped raise over $250,000 for film preservation. But much still needs to be accomplished. The valiant effort continues with AMC's second annual Film Preservation Festival. For 3 days, AMC will present some of Hollywood's greatest movie treasures, all restored to their original splendor. Join Hollywood stars and movie makers in the fight to save our film heritage. Don't miss AMC's second annual Film Preservation Festival, October 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. And for more information on film preservation and classic Hollywood, write for American Movie Classics magazine. Send $11.95 to P.O. Box 2065, Marion, Ohio 43305, or call 1-800-535-7700 to order with your Visa or MasterCard. American Movie Classics, the magazine of classic Hollywood.